and welcome back to the channel and welcome to some exciting news. Arma Hobby have released, announced two new tool kits. One we knew that was coming, 72nd scale Mustang, but we had the box art, which means it's quite close, although they do state that it's going to be in the second half of the year. Clearly Edward are doing a bobble top 72nd Mustang as well this year, so it's going to be interesting to see how they both stack up. I'd imagine, and this is a pure guess, that the Edward kit is going to have a fully riveted fuselage and panel lines on the wings, just like their 48 scale ones, and I'm going to guess that Arma Hobby is going to be unriveted. They're both going to be superb kits. They're both going to be highly detailed. And I think for a Mustang, there is room for both of them in the market. I'm going to get both. In fact, I have the Edward Royal Class 72nd one on pre-order. And I'm definitely going to get the Arma Hobby one. I'm a massive fan of Arma Hobby, as you can see in the background. In fact, my current project is the Sea Hurricane, and next event is going to be gluing this 3D printed resin thing on the back for the hook, and loving it. It is my favourite model kit of all time, and I'm not just saying that lightly. It is. The detail is super impressive. It's amazing, both inside and out. The engineering is just sublime, and yeah, what's not to love? I've already got one on the channel. I've got lots of Arma Hobby stuff on the channel already. I've got, what have I got? Actually, I say lots. I've got the Key 84, haven't I? And I don't know whether I think actually my first Wildcat was pre-YouTube, I think. Anyway, there's more coming. Right, so we knew about the Mustang anyway, but the really exciting news is their 148 scale release that they've just announced about an hour ago, and that is a P39. I think lots of people maybe predicted the P39 because, well, there you go, the 72nd one's up there. That kit is fully riveted now. The kit's not riveted. I've riveted mine, and that is ready to go. It's just things keep sort of getting in the way. But it's a kit that, because it's kind of in their, they've already designed their 72nd one. I think a lot of people predicted a 48 scale P39 at some stage, and or maybe the Key 84, one of those two. But to have a P39 is fantastic. Now, I'll talk about their press release. So what they're saying is the initial boxing is going to be a P39Q. It's going to have the markings for the Q. However, in the box, you're going to have options for a D, a P400, an N, as well as the Q. So all the bits are going to be in the box to do any of these variants. So if you've got some aftermarket decals, then it kind of opens up all those possibilities. So that's really cool that it's all on one kind of set of sprues, and they're not sort of releasing them bit by bit. So if you really wanted to do one of the other variants, then you can. But there's only decals for the Q in the initial release. You're also going to get 3 different types of prop and 3 different noses, I'm guessing, for all these different variants. Bombs and underwing fuel tanks, or under fuselage fuel tank, for the ordnance. 2 different types of nose wheel. And there's a whole host of different armament options. So I don't know if you're going to get the underwing gondolas for the guns, but I don't know if they're in the kit. But I'd imagine they probably are, because it's pretty comprehensive. That is a guess. The steel balls are back. So in this 72nd scale kit, you get 3 steel ball bearings that act as the nose weight, and moulded in the nose is the holders for it, and you just drop them in, bit of glue, and you've got your nose weight there. It's a really clever way of doing it, rather than sort of going to the faff of casting a white metal plug or something like that. I think that's fabulous. So that makes a welcome return. Right, they're shipping June. Is it June now? It might be June the 1st already. So it's shipping ASAP, which is, I love it when manufacturers do this. They go, here's a new tool kit, you can have it, and you don't have to wait. I just think that's brilliant. So if you pre-order it now, I think you're going to get, there's 3D stuff in there with the pre-order, so I think that's seats. But on the website, they're going to put up a whole load of stuff that you're going to be able to 3D print yourself, which is really cool. Right, so that's it for the press release. I've got my green Earth Cafe book there where I wrote it all down. That's it for the press release. Right, there's going to be the inevitable. They're always bloody is, aren't they? Modelers, eh? Oh, P39, we've already got one from Edward and Hasegawa, and they're really nice kits. That is true. But we also had 1/48 scale Hurricanes from Hasegawa, Italeri, Airfix, and this thing blew them all out the water. Yeah, it might be twice as expensive, but I think it's more than twice as good. And I'd imagine this P39, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I imagine it's going to be about the same. So about sort of 40, 45 quid in that ballpark. They will, on the pre-order, offer bundles, and that's a way to save as well. Quite a few people get multiple kits, and that is a way of saving, and obviously it's only one lot of postage as well, so that's going to be very welcome. But there we are. We have a new tool, 1/48 scale P39. I don't know if it's going to be riveted or not. The Hasegawa kit, I think, is much better than the Edward kit, purely because the Edward kit suffers from really thick trailing edges. Other than that, it's a very nice kit. I've never built one myself, but I'm definitely getting this, and yeah, really exciting times. They dropped a little teaser, didn't they, in the new year, that, you know, watch out, we are going to be doing, you know, we have plans for 48th as well as 72nd. Yeah, just turbo mega exciting. I'm really hoping that I can get a copy before I come back. Now, I go home, I'm filming this on Saturday, and I fly home on Thursday night / Friday morning on D-Day, and I'm home for 2 weeks. So I need to get that kit delivered to my home before the 21st of June, because that's when I go to the airport. We're actually going down the night before to have a night in London, and then I fly back on the 22nd. So I need to get it before the 21st, otherwise I'm not going to have it, and I'm going to have to wait. If I do manage to get it, then I will, of course, bring you a sprue tour as soon as I get back, and then it's going to be very high up the build schedule. I've got a couple of things in the can, but it's gonna push a few things down the list, because I want to bump it up. Because if it's anything like this thing, oops, I'll just bang the mic. If it's anything like this thing, it's going to be simply amazing, and it's going to be a must-have. Right, there we are. I've kind of eulogized enough. There we go. That's the exciting news. The mega exciting news that we didn't know what was coming is a 48 scale P39, initially Q, but you can do the N, the 400, and the D from the box, which is brilliant. And later on in the year, the 72nd scale Mustang that we knew was coming, but now it's firm. There's box art out there, and it just looks, yeah, really cool. I'd imagine that would be it for Arma Hobby this year. They're a very small company out of Poland. It's just a bunch of friends and enthusiasts that have put this company together. So I imagine that's going to be it. No more exciting news. Wouldn't it be amazing if there was some more exciting news? But I can live with that. I just think that's amazing. There we are. I'll leave it there because I need to, put the rest of this airframe together. So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully a P39 48 scale Arma Hobby kit coming to the channel very soon. Cheers. Bye bye.